Hi guys, I'm Onyx, second year fashion and textiles design student.
And I'm Carl, I study film production, I'm a second year student.
And we are going to be taking you on a tour of Eldon building just behind us. Hi, as I said before, this is fashion and textiles design, and it's a truly combined course where we are encouraged to do every step of the process, including printing the fabric, coming up with the design of the garment, and sewing everything together, as you will see in the facilities later on in the tour. This is the main studio space where we have all of our tour sessions, primarily for module launches and other studio work that doesn't necessarily require the workshop spaces. The first room we're in is the sewing room, with all the industrial machinery that would be commonly seen in the industry. So we've got lots of different equipment in this room, such as the sewing machines, industrial overlockers, cover stitch machine and the buttonhole machine. And then we've also got table space for students to pattern cut. We have the back wall with pattern blocks to use as starting points, and also a rail of toiles so they can see what the garments would look like made up.
And regardless of what course you're on, one of the main aspects that the CCI faculty tries to encourage is collaboration between all students. So whatever course you are, you're encouraged to just take a hands-on approach and you can get trained up, do tutorials here and inductions, and you pretty much have free reign of all the facilities available to you.
This is the Textiles Lab and print rooms. This is the main space that's open access for people to use the heat presses when sealing prints, tables for working on silk screen printing beyond the booking form next door. And we also have the dye vats and the embroidery machines in this space as well. This is the twin embroidery machine, one of the newest additions this year. And you can have two samples going at the same time with this one. These needles are for all of the different embroidery threads that you want colour-wise, and then also using the laser that it has in there as a guide to know that you've positioned the design correctly on the screen. This is the multidisciplinary print room where you can do things like etching, lino cut, monoprint, colourgraph, and other experimental printmaking. So this is another print room, but for paper-based printing, and the screens we use are slightly different mesh, so it doesn't allow as much ink through, and they are secured in these frames which are called beds, and we lift them up with our work underneath. This is the letterpress room, which is a separate room in the print workshops, where you can use the different typefaces that we have. Quite a few sizes from 9 point to 48 point, and we have metal and wood-based blocks. The metal ones come out finer and you can go smaller, and then the wood ones are for more graphic. And then this is just some examples of the work created. As a fashion student, I don't come up here that often, but we do have a lot of collaborations with the photography students, mainly focused in the studio spaces, either side of this corridor. But also for photography students, they have their own separate loan store for the cameras and other kinds of equipment that they'll want to loan out. They have the dark room, black and white, processing rooms, and the technicians are always on hand to help and answer any questions and queries, especially when it comes to booking the studio spaces.